Welcome to Loving Life Hitched Up. In this video, we're going to give you a tour of the outside of our Airstream. It's a 23-foot Globetrotter front bed queen.
So let me give you the hard numbers for a 2020 23-foot Airstream Globetrotter. The Airstream Globetrotter comes in at 23 feet 9 inches. That's from the rear bumper to the tip of the ball, with an 8-foot wide width. Interior width is 7'7". The exterior height to the top of the air conditioner is 9'9" tall. That is not with the lift. So if you're going to do the 3-inch lift, you got to account for that. We don't have the lift, so we're at that 9'9". You have a total of interior height of 6'7.5" tall, well above my 5'8" frame, so no worries there. The hitch weight listed is at 591 pounds. I just got a tongue weight scale, and I'm going to plan on weighing this to see, because folks say it comes in considerably higher than that. So total weight is just shy of 5,300 pounds at 5,297, the base for the unit. And overall, you have a GVWR of 6,300 pounds, cargo capacity of 1,003 pounds of stuff that you can bring. Your tanks, just so you have that information as well, 39 gallons is your freshwater tank, 30 gallons for your gray water, and 18 on your black tank. And the fridge, if you have the 3-way in the 2020 like we do, it's 6.7 cubic feet. Starting at the front of the 23-foot Airstream Globetrotter 2020 23 front bed queen, first thing is that I want to point out are the solar guards. Solar guards on the front cover the windows. So these are not the actual windows, the windows are underneath. In the front you have one window here that is openable. You pull this up first in order to open the interior window, and this latches up out of the way like that, screws on either side, and this allows you to open this. So this glass is heavily tinted on the exterior, giving you a bit of privacy. It also makes it easier to keep the glass clean. You get a lot of bugs behind that. I'll dump in a little piece from a video when we had a mayfly infestation. But these come off with 2 simple screws here. You rotate these screws a quarter of a turn. They do open. I will say, hold them. If they get caught by the wind, they'll swing right back and crease your camper, causing massive amount of damage. So you want to avoid that at all costs. Also, these are stainless steel rock guards. So what they do is they prevent damage to the aluminum on the curved sections, and it acts as a protection element for your camper, giving you a much nicer ride in the front and less fear of rocks. So the other thing that we have here is going to be your traditional propane storage, also aluminum. 2 30-pound propane tanks run inside here. Do a quick peek. There is no additional storage in here, just your 2 giant propane tanks. Lightweight comes off. Nothing out of the ordinary inside of here. Comes with a power jack in the front, allow raise and lower the foot. So it does have a light on the here, so you can turn the light on to see if you need additional light. And if you look below that, you will see a rather intricate setup here for towing. I installed a ProPride hitch. ProPride hitch does not work like your traditional hitch. It does not rotate off the center ball here. It has a whole process of rotating and weight distribution, so it's a projected pivot point. I'll go into a little more on that in a specific, because it is kind of intricate. Behind that, you'll see these are the weight control towers here, the jacks, the new style jacks that they're using for the ProPride system. This allows me to dial in how much weight I'm putting back on the front axles of my trailer. A 2 5/16 ball in the front, traditional. So if you look right behind the propane tanks here, between the 2 towers for the ProPride hitch jacks, you will find this is the storage. I changed to a combination lock because all it was a twist lock here. And we're not going to show everybody our combo. They're going to steal what's inside. So, no batteries in my battery box. There's a video I'll link above in there where it shows what I did with my batteries. I did a solar upgrade and a lithium upgrade. I pulled all the batteries out of my battery box. The only thing left in my battery box is some exterior storage, which is a much needed thing for the Airstream. And I included right here, hard to see in the back, there's a breaker right here, so I can actually turn off the power to my jack in the front, give me a little bit more security. Coming over here, on this side. And then again, another addition, this is the stinger or the mount that actually attaches to the truck, which then attaches to the trailer. I created a little 2-inch receiver hitch. This does not travel like this. This is only stored here when we're camping, so I don't have it rolling around in the back of the truck. It's a pretty heavy piece, about 50 pounds, so I keep it there up and out of the way. Continuing around, we're going to go on to the mechanical side of the trailer. All the lights are LED. On this side you have your awning windows. As you can see, they open like so, keeping the wind, the rain from dripping down. They're great windows. They are tinted and they do lock. This is, in our particular layout, the escape window or the emergency exit. The rubber gasket that holds the screen in on the inside has a long piece. You pull it out, pop the screen out, and you can climb out of this side. So things that make this a Globetrotter. One of the things that makes this a Globetrotter are some of the features on the inside, which are different light switches, some power things that we're going to go over as well when we go back to the other side. So the Globetrotter comes with awnings all the way around, so it's pretty simple. This awning tool comes with, there's a latch, single latch on this side. Just rotate this out of the way. If you're tall enough, you can grab this. I'm not really tall enough, so I use the awning tool. It's real simple on this side. No power to this, just pull it down. The awning hooks right here on that, giving you a little more shade for the windows on the outside. So once the awning is out, the awning is non-power on this side, and this is the only attachment, giving you shade along that entire side of the coach, helping keep things cool inside. And when you are all done, the awning goes back, roll back slow till you get to right about here, and then just let that snap back in. And be sure, before you travel, to make sure you latch this so you don't have any issues. Find that I need to pull down just a little bit to line it up with the hole, and it pops into place, and there you go. So continuing with the coach, further up front, right here, or the trailer up front, is going to be your freshwater fill. It's a gravity feed. It is locked, so no one can tamper with that. Right behind that, it's going to be 30 amp. This is a 23-foot trailer. Has one air conditioner, 13,005 BTUs on that. So 30 amp hookup is all that is needed for this. Below that is going to be your satellite and your cable feed if you are in a campground or you hook up a satellite system on your unit. We have the antenna on the top for wine guards, so when we can get a broadcast areas, we can boost that and pick up some of the other things. This unit has a 3-way fridge, so this is going to be your mechanical access to the back side of your refrigerator. Not much for you to do in here. There is a little drip cup here for defrosting, but something you definitely, not a storage area without a doubt. Too many things in there that could break, so you definitely do not want to store anything in that area. This is the back side of the vent for the cooking vent. So when you travel, you want to pull these little tabs down so this doesn't rattle around while you're driving. So when you're parked, you pop that up so you can use your vent on the outside of your camper. Next, we have our city water fill. So this is actually where you would hook up a hose to run from a faucet at your campground or your house. This would supply all the pressure necessary. And it is pressure regulated on the inside. You don't want to exceed that 50 pounds, but it's got a built-in water pressure inside. And below this is the black tank flush. Now, what does the black tank flush do? The black tank flush, you have to be sure when you're at a dump station that you're using the correct hose. Make sure it's the one for non-potable water, non-drinking water. You attach a hose to this, and inside your black tank, it's a series of, like a wand that sprays water around inside, flushing out all those things that you want out of your black tank. That would be your solid waste, your human waste, paper, things of that nature. This is a great feature, works really, really great. Helps get that tank nice and clean and flush all that nasty stuff out there, which you don't want. Behind that is our outside shower. Hot and cold water runs off of city water. If you are hooked up, it will run to here. Or you can click on your water pump and you will get water pump pressure out here to be able to do your, wash off your cats, dogs, whatever it is, your feet, things of that nature, and that is locking as well. Below that, this is the back side of your Suburban furnace. They do make a mesh that covers over this. If you live in an area prone to mud dauber wasps, definitely want to get a cover on that. Otherwise, the insects will go in there and create a hazard, you know, clogging that up. So I'm probably going to put one on just to be on the safe side. Just have not got around to that. The next thing you'll see below that, really cool, is they give you a little light, and this is where all of the plumbing business takes place. So gray tank on the left hand side, black tank on the right hand side, and this is your dump. It is angled in a down position, and whenever you're doing your necessities as far as dumping your tanks, you want to go black tank first, get all that, hook up your black tank flush all that great stuff out, and then after you're all done, you're going to dump your gray tank on top of that. And I forgot to mention, if we come up a little further here in the front, you will see this is the factory installed sewer tank holder, and I put in a secondary so that I have two sets of hoses in here and all my elbows. I put in a larger Valterra so I can actually keep the elbow on my hose. So those are stored in there. I take them out for you, but I don't have gloves on, and they've been used, so I don't touch them when I'm not using gloves. So I told you how you could dump your gray tanks, but right here in the front is your freshwater tank. So that white spigot right there, when the tab is running sideways like it is, that means it is closed. So when you want to drain your freshwater tank, boom, right there, you can turn that, and underneath that you'll also see additional low point drains with the red handle there. But you really only have to deal with that one to drain your freshwater tank right there. So your tanks are enclosed in aluminum. The entire underbody of the Airstream is enclosed with an aluminum underbody that is riveted in place. Not saying that there aren't little openings that you got to be worried about critters and stuff like that. I already checked underneath, haven't really seen any large ones. If I do run across any, I will cover those so that we keep any critters from getting into that area. You can see on this side, if we come over here, you get a little peek. Again, you can see where that tank right there, you get a good view on this side how that is completely covered in aluminum right there. So that's part of your freshwater tank system and how that is all sealed up underneath. As we come our way around to the rear of the coach, brake lights and everything are LED, which is really cool. We also have an additional awning back here. Now this one is slightly different, again, not power. So this one you pull out as well. You rotate these bars around. They fit in these little feet like so. And this, there we go, is what keeps your outside awning for your rear bathroom window. So this is your rear bath in this particular layout. So that is another, and you can roll this up so it's not hanging around. It's got a little Velcro, and that rolls up there out of the way to keep it up. So I'm going to put this away so we can finish doing the rear here. Again, really simple. Just pull down, rotate these around so they are not in the way. And again, follow the handle, rolls itself up and snaps. If you look above the window, above the word Airstream, you have a camera which comes with the camper, and that is wirelessly sent to the cab of the truck for a monitor so you can see what is behind you when you're driving or parking. I always use a human back here when I'm parking. Red is very good at helping me get back into the spots, and it's also better set of eyes. But it is great to have that view behind you when you're driving, so if you get that person that's a little too close or nervous trying to get around you, maybe you can move over and let them go by rather than get all stressed. And you see on the back of our Globetrotter here, we have a Fiamma bike rack. We had this installed by the dealership because I was not about to start putting holes in the side of the back end of the camper. So what this allows us to do is to bring two bikes for us, and it does fold up when not in use, so a little less, you know, space when you are carrying. It is maxed out at 77 pounds. So if you have e-bikes, you need to know the weight of your e-bikes. Maybe you have to take the batteries out to cut down on that overall weight. I rotate the inside bike's handlebars parallel so that there's no risk of bumping into the Airstream. You have on this side, bumper storage in the back of the Airstream. So back here we keep our Anderson levelers and our hoses. This is a wet storage, meaning that this compartment is not sealed. It will get damp on the inside from road grime and all that. And it has these little pop down locks. Not really fond of these. I am going to be putting in another combination lock like in the front. I just have not got around to it because I'm on vacation. As you continue around the coach, you'll see your marker lights. They only illuminate when you have the headlights on your vehicle. So that is also the setting that is necessary in order to power the camera in the back. So you put that onto driving lights or full headlights to get those to work. Everybody talks about the Airstream door, how hard they are to make and how long it takes, something like 8 hours and all that. I'm gonna mention a few parts of the door real quick that we do enjoy, which is the screen door. So now, is this an interior part of the coach, exterior part of the coach? Kind of ties together, but I do love the screen door. Gives you a nice screen door to keep those bugs out. They put in little guards on the inside, so if you have pets, you're not pushing right on that, so a little pet friendly in that regard. And this does open. This is a great pass-through for when you're cooking and stuff, in and out. You don't have to open the whole door, you can just slide it in and out of that area. I will note this little fact that we were told, very important, that you close the screen door is attached to the door before you close the door. Now our coach, our particular trailer, has a door that closes this way, some Airstreams the other way, so you want to make sure you get that good and locked. There's a latch here that does mount to a bracket. Yep. A latch here so the door does not slam and mounts to this bracket, so it's not back and forth. In this layout that we have, this is the second beautiful window in our dinette, but if this window is open, you can't open the door. That's kind of a design flaw in my opinion, but I like having the window. The door's closed, the window can be open. Now Airstream doors, they're noisy when you close them, but they're a strong door, so you want to make sure that the door settles in. Comes with a deadbolt lock and also a knob lock, so 2 locks on here, making it nice and secure. Above there is an exterior light for the over here. Some of the Airstreams have a light by the steps. This particular one does not. Now, the Airstream step, not my favorite. Makes me nervous, but it's a great step. But it is, you have to get used to this. So there's a little bit of a process that goes with putting this away, folding it up. The rest is pretty simple. Just a little lift, and it clicks up and out of there. Now, when you open it, stand off to the side, pull up, and move out of the way, because it does swing and you could end up pinching yourself. And there you go. Nice aluminum step, sturdy, definitely nice having the 2 steps. Gives you that little bit of added advantage in the event that you're in a campground with more elevation changes. Again, another example of how large the windows are, which we love. Gives us great ventilation. We love sleeping with the windows open. Now, moving forward here, this side we have some mechanicals as well. In here is the hot water heater. In our particular 2020, it is still a propane and electric fired 5-gallon or 4-gallon. I'll have to give you specifics, but it is a tank, which on the interior tour is underneath the closet. So when this fires up, you hear it sounds like a jet engine running out here. So you want to make sure that if you are seated out here, you don't have a chair right up against this, because this does get warm. You can't block it or cover it, and you want to make sure you see the pilot lights in there, that it's on. Behind that, they give you a nice 110 outlet connected out here. And again, this will only work when you're on generator power and or shore power. It is not connected. This outlet is not connected to the inverter. And below that, you have your power jacks. Now, because this is a Globetrotter, it comes with power leveling jacks. And if you come right over here, I'll give you a little quick. We put the snap pads on. That'll be another video. So crank up on their own, and you hold the button. So utilizing these buttons, you can up and down on your power leveling jacks. There's 2 in the front, 2 in the rear. Now they can go to different heights. You don't have to be perfectly level, so they will continue until they get both sides. They're not meant to lift the coach up or to level the coach. It's to stabilize the coach once you get into that position, which is a factor you have to remember, that you want to get leveled as best you can, side to side, front to back, then put your levelers down, and then that's just to stabilize. We also, because this is a dual axle, we do use the ball X chocks in there. It gives you a little less wiggle, you know, locking the wheels in place, and you can put locks on them for added security. Another thing that we have, again, on Airstream, limited exterior storage, and this is pretty much the only storage compartment that we have. Now, it's not exactly small, it's not exactly huge. We have quite a bit of stuff in here, tire covers. It is illuminated with a manual on and off switch. This is under the bed, in the front of under the bed. There's no direct access from here up through the bed. It's all screwed down wood. So in the old days, if you locked yourself out of your Airstream, which could be common in some cases, you would go in through this compartment or send a child into this compartment and they would pop up underneath the bed, but now it's a screwed down compartment, so not quite capable of doing that any longer. And that is a nice feature to have. Again, this side, the awning is a little different. Now let me show you how the awning works. So this is your Zip-D Relax awning setup. So it has an on-off switch, simple open, close, front tilt, rear tilt controls. So it allows you and gives you a status of what the deal is with your Zip-D awning. So it's a real simple concept. Once you put it in the on position and you want to open, you just tap the open button and the awning starts coming out. And there you go. So that would be an out. Now you can stop this at any part of the process just by hitting the open button again, and that will put that in a stopped position. Now they recommend in case of rain, things like that, that you want to do a tilt. Because our door is in the rear of the coach, they don't recommend tilting down in the back because of the cross member up here that pushes the awning in and out. So if you wanted to put a tilt in, only one arm moves down, so that gives you a little tilt on that side. And you can stop that at any point. What that does is put a little tilt in your awning for water runoff, or if you're getting sun from an alternate side, one or the other. Again, not recommended to tilt this side down because of this cross piece impacts on the door. So you'll be able to get the door in and open. So when you're all done, and you're getting ready to leave your campsite, it is highly recommended you do not leave this out. This awning can be damaged in high winds, so before you're going to be away from the campground for any specific time, real simple, just hit the word close. It will automatically bring it back up to the anti-tilt position and start reeling this thing in all by itself. Now, unlike the other side, there are no locks, there are no latches, there are no clamps pre-driving with your awning. Once it's away, but it's highly recommended that you make sure you turn that power switch off to make sure you don't have any accidental, deployment of your awning when you're going out. Now, on our Airstream, we did a solar upgrade. So hard to see, but if you come back here just a little ways, so on the top dead center is your Dometic 13,500 air conditioner, which also has a heat pump built in. In front of that, closer to the awning, you see two 90-watt ZAMP solar panels. I'll link that video on the panels that I added. In front of that white weird shaped thing, that is our Airstream Connect antenna for our cellular. That gives a cellular boost, a Wi-Fi boost, as well as a GPS tracker for our Airstream. There is one fantastic fan cover in the front and one fantastic fan cover in the back. Those are both rain sensing, so they will close automatically. And in between the air conditioner and the thing, that is your King omnidirectional TV and radio antenna boost on top of that. So that gives you your boost for your stereo inside, and also you can grab TV channels off the air. There's one additional 90-watt solar panel on the opposite side front that was installed via the factory. So the Airstream also comes with a low pressure connection for your exterior propane. So they don't recommend, and they only give you a short hose. They don't want you making the hose long enough to cook underneath an awning. So I utilize that for my Blackstone. So for that to work, I had to take the regulator off the Blackstone itself because it can't work with two regulators. And that lets me now feed off my two 30-pound propane tanks. And I love cooking on my Blackstone, so this is a big plus for me.
We hope you enjoyed this video and found it informative and helpful. If you like what you see, don't forget to subscribe to our channel. Hit that bell notification so you know when our next video is up, and give us a thumbs up if you'd like. And remember, when you're out there loving life, do it hitch stuff.